Hello, knitters. Barbara Benson here. I am an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit, and we are here live. It is the last Thursday of the month, and this is when we do our live. I want to thank everyone who has joined me here tonight. I can't wait to have a little chat with y'all. So I don't have any pre-prepared questions for this evening. I will tell you, I spent the entire day knitting today. My thumb hurts because it was on size 10.5 needles with bulky yarn. And it's not anything that I can tell you. I mean, I can tell you what I'm doing, but I can't show it to you. But I was looking over my contract and they said I can talk about that I am doing it. I am working on a pattern for the fall issue of Ply magazine. Ply is specifically a magazine about spinning and then using the stuff that you spin. And I'm really excited about it. I received the yarn and it was really cool because I'm collaborating with another textile artist, the spinner. And obviously there was a dyer who dyed the floof, the wool, and then that wool was sent to the spinner and we communicated via email. And she's like, what kind of yarn do you want? I'm like, yarn? Because I don't know anything about spinning. And then I received the yarn and I'm designing a piece, and they specifically asked me to do it because I've been known to knit some bulky yarns and they wanted me to work with a bulky yarn. And it's really interesting. I wanted to talk a little bit about, if your guys are interested in it, one of the things I'm really thinking about designing specifically for hand spun yarn, what I have to think about to design for hand spun yarn, because I mean, I'm designing to this specific yarn. We're going to cite how many ounces and to what grist it's going to be spun and things like that. So that's that. But when I design with hand spinners in mind, one of the things I try to think about is flexibility in yardage and gauge, because it can be irregular. And it's by hand, so it's not necessarily going to fall into a solid worsted or a solid. It's in that range, so I have to think about that. But the real big thing about this particular design was trying my best to honor the yarn and the hands that made that yarn. So I don't want to design anything that's over elaborate, because I want to design something that holds the yarn up and says, look at this beautiful yarn and look how these hands that made it did such a beautiful job. So it's creating a platform where the design is not dominating the yarn, is not overwhelming the yarn. To hold the yarn up as a platform. So that is what I'm working on. I pretty much spent all day knitting it, and I am pretty pleased with how it is coming out, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. Christine, yes, the design serves the yarn. That's exactly what I'm going for. It's honoring the yarn. It's making sure that the thing on display is that handwork. And Kelly, you want the yarn? Yeah, it's so gorgeous. Yeah. Yes, and only having it now, Kelly, depending on what weight. Kelly has said you want the yarn to shine. I was gifted some hand spun, and it was rough to find a pattern that would do that, especially when you only have a single skein. Depending on the weight, quite a few hand spinners have used my pattern Curiosity, which is sport-ish weight, as and they've been really successful in that. So if you're looking for like something between a scarf and a shawl, Curiosity has been successful for some hand knitters. The end of next month will be another live, and we will have a ton of fun. Thank you all. Good night and happy knitting. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. Bye-bye, y'all.